Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time to the channel. This is my second post-edit voiceover since my first one in episode 13. Hopefully you can tell that since then I have upgraded my microphone. It should sound way better than it did in that episode. Although I am still learning and tweaking the audio settings, so that should still continue to improve as I make videos. So here we are in episode 6 with the Mongrel Auxiliaries and episode 16 of Star Citizen content on my channel. And we've come across this reclaimer that you just saw me soft death. And I did use the fast forward edit there because it took quite a long time with just Panther laser repeaters by myself. You might notice that as the title implies, this is a solo hit. It's actually 2 solo hits. The first hit is this reclaimer, and the second hit is a vulture that you saw in the opening stinger. So solo piracy is a little different than piracy with a crew. There's some things that you do a little differently, or that I do a little differently, especially if the assumption is that the target also is solo, or just 1 or 2 members of the crew. Here it took me, like I said, quite a long time just with Panther lasers to soft death this reclaimer, and now I'm going in and I'm gonna assault the reclaimer with my FS9. I'm not gonna close the ship. That's a rookie mistake, but live and learn. This is probably about 3 weeks old. Right here I'm just looking at the profile of the ship, looking to see if somebody comes out of the ship, and there they are. One thing you can learn from watching this is that it's actually a lot more difficult, especially when you're by yourself, to enter the ship and assault the occupants than it is just to wait them out. Most of the time they're going to come out like he just did. And look at this, the FS9 is basically a sniper rifle. If you do small controlled shots like this, you can get them from long distance. Almost got him. He's running. He's dead. So the doctrine for Mongrel Squad and now Mongrel Auxiliaries for 318 and beyond is pretty simple now. It's red flag. Red flag means that as a pirate, we offer you absolutely no quarter, unlike black flag, where we might allow you to negotiate or parlay. Red flag basically means we're going to kill you.
How's it going?
And we're going to take your stuff. Period. The end.
Anybody else in your crew?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, so he's being an idiot.
Again?
I did initially incapacitate him here because I wanted to ask him that question. And also, sometimes it's better to keep them alive right here while you're transferring them to your ship. He ended up backspacing on the way to the ship, but sometimes it is better to keep them alive because if they're incapacitated, they're not respawning. Sometimes they will respawn right next to you or very near you, and if they've got a fast quantum drive like the XL1 on a Cutlass Blue like I have, they're just going to come right back and they're going to be a problem. So still red flag. There's just some tactics involved there to cause them to have to delay. Now watch this. As I'm headed back to the ship looking for any other crew, this is the other danger of being by yourself and having that ship open. So that's actually a player. I'm not sure. I only have a crime set of 2, but you can see me right there book it back to the ship. I only had a crime set of 2, but I needed to get back to the ship just in case they decided to open fire. And luckily they didn't. So right there, just tap the rear hatch, or the booty hole as we call it, open with the lasers, and now we're going to get it in position and set the ramp. The reason why I was a little further away before is because if you leave the ship far away when you're solo and you're going to leave that ramp open like I did, or even if you're going to close it, there's less of an opportunity for your ship to be messed with while you're on the way in EVA to the target ship. and it gives you some distance to kind of see if anybody is going to be exiting that ship or not. Now here you can see a lot of work for this one box, but we got this box. I'll go ahead and put it outside the ship. Now with 2 people or more, there's going to be a daisy chain here of people with tractor beams, and it's a lot easier. But when you're by yourself, best thing to do is just go ahead and get it out in the open, which isn't always easy. There we go. So I'm just going to leave it right there. Now, both the Vulture and the Reclaimer have these hoppers, as I call them. They're essentially where the material piles up as you salvage it. There was nothing in that one, but as you can see in this one, when you see that red there, then you can hit the eject button, and that's an extra SCU of salvage material. So we did get 2 boxes out of this. At Grimhex, they're worth about 6.6 thousand alpha UEC apiece. So something is better than nothing, and like we've said before, we don't really do it for the money, it's for the gameplay. Always scuttle the ship afterwards, and there's a little victory roll. Alright, so here we are at the second hit of the video. Notice I don't have him targeted. I do already have the QED on, or the quantum enforcement device. And once I'm within 2 kilometers, and if I stay within 2 kilometers of the target, he's not going anywhere. So as we can see, it is a Drake Vulture. So first things first, it doesn't look like he's seen me yet. I just now targeted him. You can tell by the way that those shields are dropping that it's a stock ship, which is pretty common during the 3.18 PTU, which is what this is. It takes a lot longer with a fully upgraded Vulture to soft death, but that one is stock. So one of the hardest things with the tools that we have right now is just getting in position or setting the ramp. So you really have to rely on some pretty decent skill with the external camera. And I turned the QED off there because it obscures my vision when I do this, and I don't need it anymore. Now, one thing to note here, like I said, this was 3 weeks ago. I did learn something here. Watch this. So the thrusters on a soft death ship, your thrusters will actually move it. They'll push it in the opposite direction. So you can only get so close without doing that. And sometimes, and I have before, I've accidentally hard deathed the ship by doing that. I really should have the FS9 out right here. There we go. So when a ship is soft death, you don't have to shoot the hatch open. You can just walk right up or EVA right up and open it. Now, I do get the grenade launcher out here because if he's in the back, I'm going to try to just pop him right here. Because remember, I did not hard death the ship. It's just soft deathed. There's only a couple places. There's actually 3 places that somebody can be in a Vulture. They can be up in the cockpit or cab. They can be in the back right here where we're looking. Or they can be in the center area where there's a ladder. Basically, it's an alcove with a ladder that leads down to the cargo area. This is the most dangerous part of any hit. Once again, I have left my ship open. You know, it's kind of... it's me and this guy. So it's either me or him here. I'm covering the ship visually. I'm going to see if he leaves it, so I'm not that worried about my ship being open. Especially with a crime stat of 2. I don't have a god marker on me from a bounty hunter right now. So I'm not super worried about this guy showing up. So right here, I'm just kind of checking the ship out, and I'm trying to see if he's going to come out guns blazing, if he has a gun. So the thing about a lot of Vulture pilots is they don't fly armed. However, this guy did. So what follows is a fairly intense cat and mouse game between the 2 of us, where he tries to essentially see where I am and I do the same thing, while he tries to plan his exit and counterattack. So there you go. I know he's in the alcove right there because I saw the door close. So now I've got to go to the back of the ship and check and see if he's going to come out there. If we had 2 people, we would just flush him out. With 3 people, we would have 1 person assault while the other 2 waited at both exits. But this is solo piracy, and it's a lot more risky. And as you can see, anything could happen and will happen. And it's either me or him here. So in some cases, they're too afraid to ever come out. They're not armed. They don't want to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and just move the cargo out of the way. But I also am doing it because I don't want him trying to hide behind it. And I don't want to accidentally destroy it. Now the thing is, my ship's too far away for me to just start pushing the cargo towards it. If he's got a gun, especially an assault rifle or a sniper rifle, that's going to be a problem. He's just going to shoot me in the back. So I've got to kill this guy. There he is. I just got a little excited there, but I think also I was just kind of, yeah, I'm just trying to send a message here like, you're dead, buddy. I'm putting the pressure on him. Anytime you can cause somebody's adrenaline to spike, they can make bad decisions. And so that's what I'm doing. Although I can say that my adrenaline is also very much spiking here. So we're just going to keep doing this back and forth until one of us dies. Two men enter, 1 man leaves. There he is. So he's really got 2 choices here. And that's, he can come out right there, or he can go to the rear of the ship and try to make us stand there. To you Vulture pilots out there, I can't really give you advice either way, except to say that right now, in the current build of 3.18, sometimes when you're in EVA and you clip into parts of the ship, any ship, you will get incapacitated, especially in the front of a Vulture. So your best bet right now, at least, is going to be just go ahead and come out the back and John Wayne it best you can. So he still hasn't made a decision here. And although this looks like, you know, kind of a routine interaction, I mean, this was, my adrenaline was going at this point. There was really no guarantee what the outcome of this was going to be here. So I started just kind of, again, trying to put more and more pressure on him, trying to flush him out. Hopefully that told him, don't go that way. Every time I do this, he could be there. Still not there. And, you know, the reason I didn't cut any of this out is because I wanted to show how long this could take and the kind of quiet intensity of a standoff like this. Right now it's kind of a stalemate. At some point that's got to change. Somebody's got to make a move. I've got the upper hand right now. I'm going to try to keep it that way. I thought maybe he would come out right here. I'm going to move out of view. Now this was really risky. I shouldn't have done this. If I'm going to do that, I should have moved off a lot further. And I know it only took like 2 seconds, but that was all it would take for him to pop out and start shooting me. Supposedly there's an update coming in 3.19 where you can reload from your backpack with, I think it's still the R button, but instead of a shorter reload like it normally is, it's going to be a little bit longer reload to kind of denote the fact that it's coming out of your backpack, not from your armor. Alright, so at this point I'm getting impatient, which I'm sure you are too, the viewer. And I'm thinking I'm probably about to just assault this guy. And there he is. And now it's him or me. It's just suppressing fire. I did talk to him later in chat. He said he was dancing all over the back of this thing. Got him.
Gotcha, bitch!
Gotta love Dave Chappelle. So again, initially I left him alive, just to see if he could tell me anything, but also, the longer they're alive, the longer they take to respawn. So I'm going to do the trick where you move the undersuit over, and boom, almost everything moves. So remember, you're pirating their cargo and their items. Again, 2 boxes. I didn't show the sale of the reclaimer hit, but you'll see at the end of this video how much 2 boxes gets you. It's not much, but again, this is for the gameplay. And we're going to check the hopper, and you can see almost immediately there's no red marker on it. It's empty. So we'll load up the cargo here, get on our way. You don't have to snap it into the grid, but it's good to do that because loose cargo can actually cause damage to your ship. Once again, scuttle the ship. That way if you come back here, you don't see that marker and think it's a new ship. Well, if you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you for watching, for sticking around, for everything that you guys have done for the channel in the last month or so. It's actually started to grow again quite a bit since my Elite Dangerous days, so I really do appreciate all of the support. It really does mean a lot, so I want to say thanks again. Please like and subscribe and share the video. It really does continue to help out the channel. And until next time, I'll see you in the verse.